You know, every single day you wake up, you're given two choices: stay the same or get better. That's it. And the truth is, most people waste their days waiting for a miracle, waiting for something to fall out of the sky, waiting for someone else to change their life. But life doesn't work that way. If you want to grow, if you want to rise, if you want to stand taller tomorrow than you did today, you've got to do the small things, the daily things, the unglamorous things nobody sees. Because improvement isn't built in a single moment. It's built in repetition. It's in the way you wake up, in the discipline you show, in the words you speak, in the people you surround yourself with. You don't get to the top of the mountain in one jump. You climb it step by step. So today, I'm not going to tell you to dream bigger. I'm telling you to do better day by day. To look at your habits, your choices, your actions, and ask yourself, am I improving today? Or am I standing still? You want to change your life? Then start by changing the way you begin your day. The morning is not just the beginning of the day, it's the foundation of the day. If the foundation is weak, the whole structure will fall apart. You can't expect greatness if you roll out of bed with no purpose, no plan, no discipline. Too many people waste their mornings hitting snooze, scrolling on their phones, dragging themselves out of bed like life owes them something. Life doesn't owe you anything. You've got to get up and claim it. You've got to get up and set the tone. The first moments when you wake up decide the rhythm of the hours that follow. If you start lazy, you carry laziness into your work, into your relationships, into your choices. But if you start strong, you carry that strength with you. That's why you've got to treat your mornings with respect. Make them intentional. Make them sacred. When you open your eyes, you've been given another chance, another breath, another opportunity. Don't waste it. Don't treat it like it's guaranteed, because it's not. Somebody went to sleep last night and didn't wake up this morning. But you did. That's not an accident. That's a gift. So, what are you going to do with it? Discipline means taking control before the day controls you. It means refusing to let your emotions or your excuses dictate how you move. You may not feel like getting up early. You may not feel like exercising. You may not feel like praying, reading, studying, or preparing for the day. But discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. That's the difference between people who succeed and people who quit. The successful ones learn to master their mornings. Think about it. When you start your morning with intention, you already put yourself ahead of most people. While the world is still sleeping, you're preparing, you're working, you're sharpening your mind and your body. You're giving yourself the advantage. It doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes or 2 hours. Give your morning to discipline, not to distraction. Some people say they don't have time, but that's not the truth. You don't lack time, you lack priorities. If something matters to you, you make time for it. If you want to improve your life, your morning should matter. There's power in routine, power in ritual. If you wake up every day and go straight into chaos, your life will reflect that chaos. But if you wake up every day and set order, your life will reflect that order. Maybe it means waking up and spending time in silence, collecting your thoughts before the noise of the world starts. Maybe it means writing down your goals, reminding yourself of what you're chasing. Maybe it means praying, grounding yourself in gratitude before you ask for more. Maybe it's a workout, pushing your body so your mind learns resilience. Whatever it is, it has to be consistent. Discipline doesn't live in once in out while habits. It lives in daily habits. The truth is, discipline in the morning will test you, because the bed will feel warm, the sleep will feel heavy, the excuses will come easy. But this is where strength is built, not in comfort but in resistance. Every time you beat the snooze button, every time you reject an excuse, you prove to yourself that you can win. And when you win in the morning, you carry that momentum into everything else. If you start the day as a champion, you move through the day like a champion. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting to feel ready. Motivation fades. Readiness comes and goes. discipline stays. Discipline means showing up even when you don't feel like it. Discipline means deciding once and living by that decision every single day. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits. So ask yourself, what are my habits in the morning saying about me? Are they preparing me for greatness, or are they keeping me stuck in mediocrity? It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or what you're facing. You can control your mornings, and if you control your mornings, you can control your days. And if you control your days, you can control your life. It all starts the moment you open your eyes. Wake up with gratitude, with focus, with discipline. Don't just let the morning happen to you. Command it, shape it, use it. Because how you start is how you finish. What you think and what you speak are not just passing moments in your day. They are seeds. Every thought you allow to grow in your mind, every word you let escape from your mouth, is shaping your life in ways you may not even realize. The world you live in right now is a reflection of the thoughts you've entertained and the words you've spoken in the past. If you want a better future, you've got to start by controlling what happens inside your head and what comes out of your mouth. Most people don't guard their thoughts. They let anything in. Fear, doubt, jealousy, negativity, like an open door in the middle of the night, they let every thief of peace and joy walk right in. And then they wonder why their life feels heavy, why they can't find happiness, why success feels so far away. You can't plant weeds and expect roses. You can't repeat lies to yourself and expect to live in truth. You have to take ownership of what's happening in your mind. When a thought comes that doesn't serve you, you've got to reject it. You've got to replace it with something that lifts you, not something that breaks you. Your words are just as powerful. What you say about yourself and others carries weight. If you spend your days saying you're not good enough, you'll believe it. If you speak failure, you'll walk into failure. But if you speak life, if you speak growth, if you speak possibility, then even when life knocks you down, you'll have the strength to rise again. Too many people underestimate the power of their own voice. They think words are harmless. They're not. Words build or destroy. Words heal or hurt. Words open doors or slam them shut. The words you use create the environment you live in. Think about the way you talk to yourself. Every single one of us has an inner conversation. Some people let that inner voice bully them every day. It tells them they're too late, too weak, too broken, too unqualified. And if you don't take control of that voice, you'll start believing it. But the truth is, you have the authority to change that script. You can choose to say, I am capable, I am worthy, I am ready, I am strong. And even if you don't feel it right away, even if it doesn't look true yet, keep saying it until your actions start lining up with your words. Speak where you want to go, not where you are stuck. The company you keep will influence your words and your thoughts too. If you spend time around people who are always negative, who gossip, who complain, who talk small, eventually you'll sound like them. That's why you have to protect your environment as much as you protect your mind. Surround yourself with people who speak possibility, who remind you of your potential, who encourage you when you forget who you are. Their words will lift you, not limit you. Controlling your thoughts and words doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means refusing to let your reality define you. Yes, you may be struggling right now. Yes, you may have failed yesterday. Yes, you may not have everything you want. But don't give those struggles more power by repeating them every day. Instead, declare where you're going. Speak your goals into existence. Speak your healing. Speak your breakthrough. Then back up those words with action and consistency. You have to remember that everything begins in the unseen before it shows up in the scene. Your thoughts are invisible. Your words may sound like air, but together they are the blueprint of your life. If you keep feeding your mind with poison and speaking curses over yourself, don't be surprised when you live a poisoned life. But if you feed your mind with strength, faith, vision, and discipline, if you speak words of growth and power, you'll find your life rising to meet that vision. You will never rise higher than the way you think and the way you speak. It's impossible, because your life is always moving in the direction of your strongest thoughts and your most consistent words. If you want better, think better. If you want stronger, speak stronger. If you want to improve, then control the only two things you truly can, your mind and your mouth. Do that every day and watch how your life transforms. The people you surround yourself with will determine how far you go in life. I don't care how strong you think you are. Nobody walks this journey alone. The energy of the people closest to you will either push you higher or pull you lower. If you want to see where your life is headed, look at the company you keep. Show me your circle, and I'll show you your future. Some of you are struggling, not because you don't have potential, not because you lack talent or discipline, but because you are surrounded by people who don't believe in anything greater. You are trying to climb, but you've got anchors tied around your legs disguised as friends. You are trying to grow, but you are planting yourself in toxic soil. It doesn't matter how strong the seed is. If the soil is poisoned, the seed will never reach its full potential. You need people around you who challenge you to think bigger, people who won't let you settle for average, people who see more in you than you see in yourself. But if you spend your time with people who only complain, who only gossip, who only talk about what can't be done, then don't be surprised when you start sounding like them. Negativity is contagious. Small-mindedness is contagious. You might think you're just hanging out, but what you're really doing is shaping your future. There comes a time in life when you've got to make hard choices about who gets access to your energy. Not everybody who started with you deserves to finish with you. Some people were only meant to be in your story for a chapter, not the whole book. And if you keep dragging them along, they'll weigh you down until you lose sight of your own path. It doesn't mean you hate them. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you love yourself enough to protect your future. The right circle will elevate you. They will hold you accountable when you slip. They will remind you of your greatness when you forget. They will tell you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, because they want to see you grow. Iron sharpens iron. If you want to stay sharp, you can't keep surrounding yourself with dull blades. You need people who sharpen you, not people who dull you. Think about it like this. If you put an eagle in a cage with chickens long enough, it will forget it can fly. That's what happens when you surround yourself with people who think small. They make you question your own wings. They make you doubt your ability to soar. But when you get around other eagles, they remind you that the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning. Your circle will either feed your faith or feed your fear. They will either inspire discipline or encourage distraction. They will either push you forward or hold you back. You need to ask yourself a serious question. Are the people in my life helping me become the best version of myself, or are they keeping me stuck in the same cycle? That answer might hurt, but it will also set you free. And here's the truth. Choosing your circle wisely is not just about cutting people off. It's also about becoming the kind of person others want in their circle. If you want loyal friends, be loyal. If you want encouragement, be encouraging. If you want people who push you to greatness, then you've got to push others too. You attract what you are. So while you're looking for better people to surround you, make sure you're also becoming better yourself. Life is too short to waste with people who don't see your value. Your time is too precious to spend with people who don't respect it. Your energy is too limited to keep pouring into people who only drain it. You need to guard your circle like your future depends on it, because it does. Choose people who bring peace, who bring growth, who bring wisdom, who bring light. Choose people who believe even when things get hard. Choose people who make you want to rise higher every single day. When you walk with wise people, you become wise. When you walk with disciplined people, you become disciplined. When you walk with visionaries, your own vision expands. But when you walk with fools, you inherit their destruction. That's not my opinion, that's life's truth. So choose carefully, Your destiny depends on it. Success is not built in a single moment of glory. It is not born out of one big breakthrough, one big opportunity, one big day. Success is built on the small, consistent actions you choose to take when no one is watching. The little things you repeat every day matter more than the rare things you do once in a while. Too many people are chasing after the big win, the spotlight, the dramatic transformation, but they neglect the power of small habits. What you do daily will always outweigh what you do occasionally. Think about it. You don't get strong by lifting weights one time. You get strong by lifting them day after day, building your strength rep by rep. You don't gain wisdom by reading one book. You gain wisdom by making learning a daily practice, by feeding your mind with knowledge consistently. You don't create character by making one good decision. Character is shaped by the choices you make every single day, especially the ones nobody sees. It is not the one-time act that defines you, it's the pattern of acts you repeat. The problem is people want results without repetition. They want the reward without the routine. They want the blessing without the discipline. But life doesn't work that way. You can't plant a seed and dig it up every day expecting to see a tree. Growth takes time. Growth takes patience. Growth takes showing up again and again, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Consistency is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Without it, you will never cross over. Every great achievement in history was built on small, consistent actions. Athletes train daily, not once in a while. Musicians practice until their fingers bleed, not just when they feel inspired. Leaders study, plan, and work when no one is applauding. The world may only see the highlight, the championship, the stage, but the real success was in the grind, the discipline, the daily effort nobody noticed. The greatness you admire in others is simply the result of consistency you never saw. It is easy to get motivated for a moment. It is easy to start something with excitement. But consistency is what separates finishers from quitters. When the excitement fades, when the motivation is gone, when progress feels slow, consistency is what keeps you moving forward. That is why the small daily actions matter so much. They build resilience. They train your mind to stay the course. They prepare you for the bigger battles ahead. Some people say they are waiting for the right time. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. The right time is always now, and the right move is always to do something small today. You don't have to take giant steps to move forward. Take small steps, but take them every single day. Over time, those small steps will carry you farther than you ever imagined. Consistency also builds trust. People learn to trust you not by what you say once, but by what you prove over and over again. If you want to be respected, be consistent. If you want to be reliable, be consistent. If you want to build anything lasting, whether it is a career, a relationship, a reputation, you cannot escape consistency. The danger is in underestimating the small things. A small excuse repeated daily becomes a habit of failure. A small compromise repeated daily becomes a broken character. But a small discipline repeated daily becomes unstoppable strength. What you repeat shapes you. Every choice you make is either pushing you closer to your goals or pulling you further away. Nothing is neutral. So ask yourself today, what small actions am I committed to repeating every single day? Am I feeding my mind with positivity or drowning it in negativity? Am I honoring my body with discipline or destroying it with neglect? Am I pushing myself to improve or making excuses to stay the same? The answers to these questions will predict your future better than your dreams ever will. Consistency may not always be glamorous. It may feel boring. It may feel unnoticed. But consistency builds momentum, and once momentum is on your side, nothing can stop you. The small things matter. The unseen things matter. Because one day, those small things add up, and the world will look at you and call it success. But you will know it was simply the reward of being consistent when it didn't look like it was working. So keep showing up. Keep doing the little things with excellence. Keep taking the small steps. Because success is not about what you do sometimes. It is about what you do every day. And if you can stay consistent in the small actions, the big results will take care of themselves. Every single day is another chance, another opportunity, another gift. But that gift means nothing if you don't use it. Life is not waiting for you to be ready. Life is moving, and if you don't move with it, you get left behind. The truth is simple. Your mornings set your foundation. Your thoughts and words shape your direction. Your circle defines your environment, and your consistency builds your legacy. These aren't just ideas, they're laws of life. Ignore them and you stay stuck. Honor them and you rise. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start improving yourself. Don't wait for someone else to believe in you before you believe in yourself. Don't waste another sunrise living without purpose. Make the choice today to discipline your mornings, to guard your mind and your mouth, to choose your circle wisely, and to commit yourself to consistent small actions. Because success is not a mystery, it's not luck, it's not magic, it's a decision you make every single day. Decide now, decide to rise, decide to grow, decide to improve. And when you do, not only will your life change, but you'll inspire others to change theirs too. That is real success. That is true greatness.